So I'm returning to Patrice O'Neal, but it's not, I don't think this is a stand-up routine or anything like that. It's just titled Patrice O'Neal Destroys Feminist. This appeals to me, so I'm very curious to check it out. I'm not exactly sure what I'm getting myself into here, but let's just go ahead and see.
Next up on the chopping block, XM satellite radio DJs Opie and Anthony. They're under fire now for airing joking comments about raping Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. Will they be the next to go? Is radio cleaning house after the Imus debacle? With me now, New City President Sonia Osorio. She took part in a recent protest calling for radio stations to stop supporting negative language in music and talk radio. And also our favorite stand-up comic, Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Patrice, are O&A next?
I hope not. I wish JV and Elvis didn't lose their job or Imus. It's funny. This is the thing. I don't know her, but I'm assuming that she has nothing to do with funny. So I'm going to speak as the expert on funny. Funny people should just be left to trying to be funny.
What if they're not funny?
Then you made a mistake. But how many times has how many unfunny rape jokes lead to rape? Like,
I don't know how many jokes about rape there are.
There's a lot. But your world is not funny. Your world is next on the big story. Right. My world is people trying to be funny.
Well, I mean, you think it's okay to try to make jokes about rape?
I'm diabetic. I make fun of that. I'm a victim. I might lose a toe. Oh. But I'm trying to make fun of. I'm trying to make fun of anything I think I can make fun of.
Sonia?
You know, what's happening now is the marketplace.
Okay.
Is deciding what's appropriate or what's not appropriate. I think.
Oh, no. Well, in some respects it is, but I don't know exactly when this was filmed, but it's not really necessarily the marketplace that's deciding. It's the mob is trying to decide for the marketplace. Because, and when I say mob, I don't necessarily mean it's a majority of people out of a group of people. It's a small group of people forming a mob and causing all sorts of trouble and trying to destroy people with regard to stuff like this. That's not the marketplace. That's just, I don't know what exactly you would call it besides the mob. Let's say mob terrorism, creativity terrorism. I have no idea. That's not even really the best word to describe it, but that's the point I'm trying to make. It's not necessarily the marketplace. So I don't think she really understands that. But this was, well, I don't remember what year Patrice died, but this has obviously been several years ago, before things have gotten as bad as they are now.
Is deciding what's appropriate or what's not appropriate. I think the nation is just tired. There's a new mood in the nation.
What nation?
The nation. You know what? We're tired of things that are just
the nation, this paper, and you? I'm not the nation. I'm just speaking for me and funny. You're speaking for the nation, or you're speaking for...
Yeah, you know why? Because I remember 6 years ago doing something against Anthony Opie because they were just so outrageous, and their violent images that they put out to women was just uncalled for. And now I think people...
You think they were trying to be funny?
I think now people in this country...
Do you think they were trying to be funny?
Tired. You know what? I don't care if they're trying to be funny.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you in that business?
I've been to your show once, and it wasn't very funny being a woman.
It was hilarious.
When you talked about...
That's why she doesn't like me. I was in the paper with her, and the joke is hilarious. It's called The Angry Pirate. And the lady who wrote it in her outrage didn't even know what it meant. And anybody who read it laughed because they know what funny... You're not living in the context of funny. You're living in the context of fire.
Have every right to be as funny as they want. They can go out and try to be as funny as they want, make as much money being as funny as they want. This is what's happening. There is a change in this country. People are realizing they have an opportunity to speak out And advertisers are listening.
You're
radio
not talking.
stations
You're
are
not talking.
listening.
Sonia-
You're not talking to who I talk to.
And you're not going to get paid as much money anymore.
Sonia and Patrice,
That's
look
what
at
it
this.
is. The marketplace
More
is
CBS
speaking.
radio firings. They've been on a tear lately.
All right.
Are they cleaning house, or is this the PC cops run amok?
You know what it is, John. You know what it is while you're reading that paper. It's the PC cops run amok.
Well, you think
Who's
she's
the
a
PC
PC
cop?
cop?
Of course she is. She has an entire encyclopedia of her stance on it, but it's no passion involved. It's not a real. This is just what she has to say. We are outraged and fired and
he's a
fired
fool.
and
He's a
fired.
fool.
Name calling. I'm outraged.
Fool.
I am outraged.
You should be.
I am a fool. Now, if I called you a fool,
You know what? People are feeling a new sense of entitlement.
Who are these
to
people?
decency in this country?
Who are the people?
A new
How can
sense
you,
of
Patrice? So
entitlement
here's
to
here's
decency.
my question: how can you justify a bad joke, a joke that isn't funny? Oh, wait a minute.
That's subjective, though. That's the thing. What's funny to one person might not be funny to another, but just because the person doesn't think something is funny, it doesn't mean that they should therefore dictate what's considered funny to other people. Oh, that just gets under my skin, you guys. And this sort of stuff is even worse now than it was back then. And she obviously thinks this is something great and wonderful, and it's progress, it's progressive, and no, it's not. It's regressive is what it is. It's the complete opposite. If you don't like something like this, you just don't have to partake of it. That's it. That's all. That doesn't mean that you should go around and try to shut down something that offends your sensibilities. That's just ridiculous.
How can you justify a bad joke, a joke that isn't funny? Oh, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
An attempt that isn't funny, doesn't get any laughs, and is about raping the first black woman to ever become the Secretary of State of the United
Don't
States.
throw that at me.
Well, why not?
The attempt is what
Because stop with the identity politics. It doesn't matter what her gender is. It doesn't matter what her skin color is. And here he goes walking that pathway. I can't with that, y'all. Come on. It's just, I don't think I would personally find it all that funny, personally. But that doesn't mean that I think that the people who tell jokes like that or laugh at jokes like that, that doesn't mean that I think that they shouldn't be allowed to say these things or respond with laughter to something like that.
Becomes the Secretary of State of the United
Don't
States.
throw that at me.
Well, why not?
I mean, honestly, it would depend on the way the joke was told. I didn't hear the joke. I don't even know if I remember this thing happening. I mean, I've certainly heard of Opie and Anthony, but I don't really listen to their stuff. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. I thought they were, but I might be wrong. Okay, sorry. Here we go again.
The first black woman to ever become the Secretary of State of the United
Don't
States.
throw that at me.
Well, why not?
The attempt is what I'm trying to fight for. The joke funny jokes and unfunny jokes are come out of the same birth. That you don't know if anything is going to be funny. You should attempt to be able to make anything funny.
Don't you think a joke about rape is doomed to be not funny?
It's possible, but I've heard them. You've
heard a funny rape joke?
I say a couple. Watch my HBO special. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, Patrice says that if you're having sex with a woman, doggy style, and if you hit her in the head just the right time.
No, it's ejaculate in her eye and kick her in the shin, and she walks around like, arg! It's the angry pirate. That's what she was trying to say.
A violent act of hitting her in the back of her head, her body.
It's called the donkey punch.
Which will then...
Why are you laughing? She's outraged. It's called the donkey punch. It's whole humor that she has no clue what it is.
The same problem that Opie and Anthony does. You can't say just anything on the air.
You can say anything you want. It might not be funny. You might get in trouble for it, but you should be able to be attempting. And plus, when is a crazy bum going to get an opportunity to rape the president? If the president's wife, John? It was trying to be funny.
All right, Patrice, why aren't I hearing Al Sharpton complain about this thing involving Congress?
Because it wasn't involving young black women.
Well, it's involving a very prominent...
Oh, not just that. It also wasn't involving a person with the correct ideology. That's why. I mean, I guarantee you, if this was something that was said about um, someone on the opposite side of the political aisle, he would have everything under the sun to say about it. So, I mean, come on.
Because it wasn't involving young black women.
Well, it's involving a very prominent black woman.
Well, where was she during young black? Everybody has their agenda.
I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, excuse me.
But why am I not hearing from Sharpton?
Because it doesn't concern him. It's not concern him. It's black. It's, you know, come on now. You know, Al Sharpton has his agenda, and it was perfect for Al. Young black women. And now she's representing just women in general. She's not representing the nappy hoe part. She's representing just the hoe. The nappy-headed part, she has nothing to do with. Just the hoe.
Sonia?
You know what? Women have been abused publicly in the media for too long, and people are tired of it. This has been a beautiful response.
Meanwhile, so what's going on now is that men are being abused publicly, culturally, and they have been for decades. Women really aren't. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, both are fair play. If you want to talk about, you know, stuff like that going on in the media, not necessarily. That's the wrong word. Both have been equally abused in the media, but honestly, it seems pretty obvious to me, or especially, I guess, people who would just pay attention to that sort of thing. It's really going on more right now to males in society. But the problem is, it's only when it happens to the females that there's such an uproar, which to me is just, I don't know. I can't really get behind that too much.
For too long, and people are tired of it. This has been a beautiful response of just the general public saying to advertisers, we're your consumers. We don't want to have to avoid everything in the street. We don't want to have to worry about what radio station we turn on. And there is some really derogatory, violent thing to deal with. You're going to get all your
information, ma'am, is secondhand from someone making you aware that someone may have said something that you should be upset about. It's a shame. Your constituency, the people you represent aren't all victims in this matter.
Patrice O'Neal, thank you very much. Sonia Osorio, thanks to both of you. Appreciate it. Time for Big Politics.
Okay. So I don't really know that I could say that, you know how these clickbait titles on YouTube are. I'm not sure that I can say that he destroyed her, because I'm sure she feels like she destroyed him because she has her little narrative thing going. But anyway, one of the main things I was thinking also, in addition to the fact that I was agreeing with much of what he said, it's just a crying shame he's not with us anymore, because we honestly need more people like him speaking out in the way that he did. And I feel like we don't have enough of that. I feel like that those voices of reason are being drowned out by what I mentioned earlier, by the mob. And I can't see really anything good coming from something like that. And I will be very glad for the day when things start to shift around a little bit more clearly away from the direction that we're going in right now. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really feel like I have much more to add to this other than what I've already said. And it's not really super ha-ha. This wasn't super hilarious, but I was just in the mood to watch it. So now I feel like I should go and check out something more stand-up-y or more actually laugh out loud type of thing. Okay. Later, guys.